Evening SpeedGaming, and welcome to another race of the Zelda 1 Randomizer Tournament, all boards, no swords. This is week 3 of the Swiss, and we've got two runners at 1-1 looking to get that elusive second win. Ategen versus chessjerk. Joining me on commentary tonight, Fury SK. Good evening.
Hey, this is, if you go back 5 years and you look at the names that are in that tournament, you'll notice that these two were in this community all the way back then when we were first kind of getting it underway. And here they are still today, just churning away. Both of these guys likely to probably make it into the brackets here, but both do need to secure that second win, so one will be a step closer today.
As we know, 2 wins here will give you a strong chance to make it into the brackets. 3 wins will do the trick entirely. We're just about ready to get underway here tonight. What are we looking for? Where do you want him to start, Fury?
I'm not going to have time to really guess at that, but definitely looking to see if they decide to go towards both Armo screens or if they try and go to open caves and look for the red candle, which should be free on the overworld, hopefully. So Moblin's up, Korea up, which means Lionels are down with the Wizrobes and the Dark Nuts. Stalfos are on the overworld, which means the Tektites will also be in the dungeons.
Decent, large secret, small secret runner, and a very quick Armos item. There's the ladder. Gotta love to see that.
Yeah, I'd really be surprised now if either runner stopped going through the grave and just went all the way down for the world wrap.
With our second small secret of the day, 19 out of a possible 20. We take that every time, right?
When you're a runner, you love it. When you're a viewer, maybe you're hoping for more trolls than that. But yeah, we'll give them plenty of money to go buying things.
You want a troll? There's the door repaired at maximum of 25.
Agent's got to be more careful, just has to reset the screen until he can get through it. It's going to be interesting to see if he can get this world wrap and get all the way to the item on the coast. Just because of his health situation, it is the bow, so you kind of want to get that. But there's a lot of fireballs and stuff, and he makes it.
Got it with very little problem as he'll go to the coast check. Level 8, and that gives him a chance to refill that health. chessjerk right behind him.
I'm surprised he did not go to the overworld after jumping in this level 8. Might as well see what's in store. It is a rather chunky level 8, so that's a sign that level 9 will also be about this size, I would think.
40 room level 8.
Yeah, unless level 7 is like 25 rooms or something really small, it's a sign of level 9 shrinking quite a bit to make room for this. We may have a transport or a staircase item though right away. These land moles are giving them plenty of time, and they're both having the same fun with the item list clip, and we get defense.
And a lot of it. Red ring, 75% damage reduction. Give me a red ring within the first 3 minutes of a seed. I am going to say thank you, sir, and just be on my way.
Yeah, I think chessjerk may just be on his way at this point. May check a couple open doors, but you've got one item, and now it's basically 36 or 35 rooms for a single item in a Triforce that you may not even need, because I don't think either runners checked their starting Triforces, so we may not even need this. And we're going to run out of open rooms anyways.
And for those of you who are just joining us for the first time in this tournament, we do start our runners today with 3 Triforces. And as we see, is that
3, 7, 8.
Well then, looks like we won't have to dig level 8 that much anymore, but gotta love getting that 7 Triforce out of the way.
Yeah, you may still have to dig level 7, though. I mean, we still have at least Silvers and Wand at this point that are out there.
Yuri bringing up a good point. We will need that wand as it is the only weapon that is able to damage cannon in this seed. Swords are not available. And the white sword and magical sword have been replaced by +2 bomb upgrades.
Here's another dungeon we already have the Triforce out of, but I think you still have to check the open rooms here, even without a weapon, see if there's a lucky staircase that you can get to. Maybe even pick up a key or a bomb pack for free on the floor. So, should see both runners do the same thing.
There's a free thing he'll pick up every time.
Yep, so only one more room here to potentially check unless it opens up, and we do have a staircase. Are we segment is the next question.
There is yes. Good old segmented 3.
Yeah, Aten's run away from the keys with the red ring. Probably just forgot for a second that he even had the red ring on. Was trying to conserve health for a room like this, which would be really bad with green tunic, but is actually not so bad at all now. That block may be the push block, or it may just be a fake. It's going to take him a little while to be able to clear that room. Even if you get 8 bombs, it's going to be rough. And we're probably done on both sides. I don't think either one's going to bomb this room, and I don't think either one's going to stay around.
You know these two runners quite well there, Fury.
And it's just one of those where you don't have a weapon, so what are you going to do? You're going to waste all your bombs trying to kill a room full of gels? It kind of feels real bad. The only other alternative you would have is to go ahead and bomb back into the like room to the left and turn back around, but there wasn't a whole lot more progression to get done, so might as well save the bombs for the overworld and see what happens up there with a red candle, maybe.
True, as our white sword item is locked into the red candle. That is going to be the case for another couple of weeks after today, as Bracket C throws that rule out the window, but we'll get to that when we get to the bracket stage.
Yeah, the progression in this tournament, it's kind of one of those learning bits from the All Boards No Swords tournament we had in 2019, where we escalated flags super fast and severely, and it led to pain and suffering in the end. This time, not so bad. We toned that down just a little bit.
What I hear, the final flag set of this tournament is it's a doozy.
Yeah, but again, it's been worse in the past, so we'll take the slightly weakened state, even though it's not all that weak. HN trying to get to the point where he can bomb this, and might be trying to persuade a Red Korea to walk up that direction so he can bomb both. Gets that to work out, so he gets extra bombs.
That's a shot for his troubles.
Another dungeon here near start. It's 9 this time, so another dungeon that we can't really do anything in at this point. We'll have the early arrow purchase. That's a pretty easy one, even though it rolled up a handful of rupees. Gotta do that when you have the bow in hand. With 7 arrows, though, I don't think he'll be using them on red Octoroks or anything for a little bit. Probably want to get through a handful of cave checks as we do pick up the blue candle on chessjerk side at a shop instead of trying to find the wood sword cave with that blue candle, which if he's unlucky will be this cave. Instead, it's just going to try and rob him. He's going to bail on it, which is a little interesting because he's a good deal away from it, but probably just trying to conserve his money a little bit. And bombs are also not rolling too cheap, but not too expensive either.
5% markup on the bombs, 6% markup on those arrows, and a 20% markup on the blue candle.
Yeah, I don't blame either runner for any purchases they've currently made. Both are reasonable things to pick up. HN not going to be able to afford that blue candle, but now knows that's rolled up in price, and we now know that that's not the rare shop.
As they're continuing their search of Candle Row, while Ategen is headed for the eastern end of the Lost Hills, and another mugger. Another door repair, another 25 rupees that chessjerk prefers to keep in his pocket rather than give away to some arbitrary old beast that, you know, I don't know. I don't want to know what the heck they're going to do with that money.
He's going to use it to get to the next cave to steal more money before you. Because you know it's just the same guy running from cave to cave and beating you there.
I hadn't thought about that one, but that's entirely possible.
Or in this case, maybe even a friendly neighborhood Octorok stealing it instead. We do find a Take Any One cave, which gets chessjerk into the 33% territory for Red Candle, and a bomb upgrade here at the White Sword Cave, which will be magical sword bomb upgrade.
You Fury, but we might see somebody try for the that bomb upgrade. I don't know. We've got chessjerk here.
Yeah, but that's out of the way. I mean, I've called a couple races where magical sword bomb upgrade's literally a screen or two from start, and that's obviously something you can check easily. White Sword Cave is kind of a bit out of the way, so I don't know if I'd necessarily be as interested there. Should see a handful of retry strats coming from Ategen here, just because he has these bombs and he wants to check caves for things that are relevant. chessjerk does find the blue candle. It's a long way from where they started, so it's going to take Ategen past some candle spots if he decides to go ahead and walk it out to that point.
No sign of large secrets, though.
Yep, sometimes in a race you won't see one, but there's still enough money. I think you could almost get to 300 rupees with just mediums and smalls in this case, just because of how high both of them ended up rolling. Runners, though, are on fairly equal knowledge. Ategen knows where the magical sword bomb upgrade is, chessjerk knows where the candle is, and otherwise I think they've both got pretty much the same info.
You were correct, Fury. The rubies just on the small and medium secrets, that's a big 316.
So here, we're going to get robbed again, so Ategen's going to once again be below the purchase point for the blue candle, but he's now actually making it pretty darn close to the free one, as level 7's now found. I think we found every dungeon that we have the Triforce in, but none of the dungeons that we do not. Outside of, I guess, if you want to count the Triforce of, Power in level 9, that's kind of the only one.
And it's not a friendly room to start level 7.
So the blue candle there for Ategen means he's going to have to go back a little bit to get information on Candle Row, but he now has extra money, which could be important if keys become a major issue in this, or if a bomb upgrade's fairly easy to obtain. And specifically, if we can't find any large secrets, then maybe chessjerk will be a bit lower on money. Would point out, though, that I don't think Ategen has up-aid out of any door repairs to this point, and chessjerk has at least 2 that he's said no thanks to, so he's at least passed on giving up 50 rupees. Maybe Ategen on this retry gave passed on 1.
I don't recall exactly Ategen passing up any door repairs. Ooh, little miss there on the candle, but it's not going to be any major problem.
I think you'd go ahead and just take these and figure out where they're going to go, because it'll open up bomb spots for you. He was thinking, I think, about going through the dead woods real quick and clearing all of those, but he can simply take them back there at any point, and he's going to right now. So 1 gets you towards the southern coast, 2 to Death Mountain, and 1 to the Dead Wood, so not necessarily the easiest to get to from where we're going to start, but could potentially be useful at some point, especially if we don't find Recorder.
I'd say that's a solid 7, 8 out of 10. I mean, you get a chance to go to west and east Debt Mountain. It's pretty good.
Yeah, the thing that I judge when I look at any roads is what is the proximity to my starting screen, where I'm going to have to usually begin my quest again from. And that's the only thing kind of lacking with these any roads, is we're going to find level 4. We finally find a dungeon we do not have the Triforce in, so go see if there's an easy enough item to get to here. We're definitely just going to take the key and up an A on chessjerk's side. You gotta go ahead and get any key you can at this point, as Aten's going to try not to die to this manhandle.
Dot. Fortunately, much as chessjerk earlier found out, that block doesn't push. Gonna have to keep going in the 7, or just say, nah, we're done here.
Yeah, you don't want to really invest a ton of time in level 7 and then suddenly find level 1, 2, 3, or even 4 in this case, not too far away. Aten's going to make up a little bit of time here on chessjerk, just because chessjerk does not have the wood arrows and can't even afford them at the current moment. So with that in mind, he's going to have to use his candle to potentially take out these ropes. At this point, he's losing too much time trying to get them to both go the same direction, so I think maybe just want to go for it, although he's going to get him this time. Put all that time in this room trying to get them to line up, and now Agent's going to come in about 10 seconds total in this room, get through it, and see the next room.
This is going to be a room he can easily clear, as chessjerk just left level 4.
Yep, it's a drop room in level 4 only, and it looks like the only way really to get much more progress is to burn the key here at this key door. So, gonna get a heart out of it and nothing else, as we don't have a second key on Agen's side at this point. I guess chessjerk found one, maybe in this dungeon, or perhaps found one in another dungeon, but he does find level 2 instead of sticking around level 4. Might be segmented here too. Nope.
Fury, the heart that chessjerk found was a take any just east of Vanilla Start, I believe.
I'm talking about the second key that he managed to scrounge up. I know the heart was the overall one.
My bad. That is my mistake.
No worries. Because Aten went into this dungeon with 0, chessjerk either came with 0 or 1, and he would have been able to get through that second key door in the Dig Dogger room, but unfortunately for Aten, can't.
That's jerk probably thinking, thank goodness I have ladder right now.
Yeah, he's gonna burn this room down a little bit. I think you may want to just go ahead and bomb these red Lionel, since it's not that bad of a room. I think there's only 3 of them, and even if they roll up, there is a potential drop in that room. Just a map, but it's quite helpful. It tells you where you can bomb, so he's going to check this wall first. Not a room he can clear, so he's going to hope that's not it. He doesn't know that Aten has the wood arrows, but probably can assume that his opponent has done the ladder into the coast bow, so I would think assumes that he's at least got his opponent there.
Very nice bomb club, taking out all 5 Lionels and one of the most hated room is Swordless.
Yeah, but it's just a free key in the middle at least. So still just more bomb packs on the floor. This is a room that I would probably skip short term and see what this last room is. Old man, maybe? No, just even more blue Lionels. Oof.
I think disgusting would be a decent term for that one. Fury, what do you think?
It's definitely not fun, but I've seen worse. You could have gotten 8 blue Dark Nuts. You also could have gotten 8 blue Wizrobes. Both of those are even less fun.
Wizrobes and Lionels in the same room.
I feel like we've seen mostly Lionel dungeons to this point as well.
We haven't seen any Wizrobes today. Yet.
And there's a book, so free maps is the name of the game here in this level 2. Won't take HN much longer to get his as well.
Catch is, Ategen will be able to get that Triforce pretty easily. chessjerk, not so much.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily a huge deal. Coming back here is not going to be too hard to route in, given that we also had level 4 down there that we also need the Triforce in, and if he gets the flute, he can get there via level 7.
That is correct. Ategen scoring that first Triforce of the day in level 2.
Agent's gonna spend about 10 rupees to get a bomb pack there, which is cheaper than the shop. We're quickly kind of coming across the point where we're going to be forest bound, which is where our first large secret was, and man, that rolled up too. Also, Death Mountain's going to start to become a big play potentially for the runners.
We're looking at 713 rupees available on the overworld. That is more than enough for these racers. My goodness.
Yeah, I would expect chessjerk to go ahead and ignore any more hints or secrets on the overworld until he loses some rupees. This is a perfect place to lose 85 of them. Now has semi-repeatable offense.
Well, if you ask me, I think that bow and arrow is going to get a workout for chessjerk in very short order. But how many Poles voice there are around here? That thing's going to be used quite a bit. chessjerk finding another take in the third check of the southern coast.
Well, I got good news for me and you, and I've got bad news for the runners, potentially.
What do you got?
So this enemy set that we're looking at right now in the dungeon has 4 or 5 enemies shown in it already, and neither one of them is Wizrobe or Darknut. It's just Pole's voice with Tektites, Ropes, Gibdos, and Zols. So what that means is since this group doesn't have Darknuts and Wizrobes, and the Lionel group doesn't have Darknuts and Wizrobes, they're both together.
Frightening prospect, but one I'm fairly excited to see it work.
We still have not seen a dungeon with both yet. This probably leads me to believe what chat just pointed out, which is that Wizrobes could potentially be in level 9 with Darknuts as one of up to 5 dungeons they could be in together. Doesn't look like we're going to get the 5 Darknut Wizrobe dungeons. So I think we've seen enough dungeons now where that's less likely, and this Triple Dodonga room appears to be the segment or the item. I don't know how much is clear to it, so probably the segment. Chessjerk clearing this block room to find what? Power bracelet? That's not the worst thing to find.
4 out of your 7 overworld blocks. I'll take it every time I see it. Of course, unless it's absolutely unnecessary.
Well, we'll see how useful it ends up being. Aten's going to start burning some keys since he's down in this area. You don't want to have to go through the triple dodongo room twice, so going to make sure that there's nothing down here that he can use. Going to clear this room because it's easy enough to get your rupees back out of. And then I'm a little bit surprised he didn't go for that Gibdo, but probably, again, just trying to get a floor drop key out of that room. Alright, so items not down here. Super room might be in play.
Not much seemed to be either. Oh, there's our red candle at the power bracelet spot.
So that's a slightly important development. Looks like Aten's also going to be really close to out of money after killing these likes. So if this next room also has a bunch of likes, Triforce, he's not going to be able to take care of it. Oh man, yeah, he doesn't want to get bopped here. What's the item? Any key. Not too bad.
It gives you one less problem to deal with.
But yeah, that was really, really scary because those keys can send you flying if they hit you, and you could have easily gotten Y-force and had to re-clear the like room. So good job being careful in that room of getting bopped backwards.
Here's an interesting question. I mean, Agent's got 2 Triforces more than chessjerk, but chessjerk rather did find the red candle. Who's got the lead in this early going?
Ategen has the lead until Dungeon's power bracelet blocked officially. Red candle is definitely very helpful, but we know that Agen's not going to run out of arrow money anytime soon, just based on what we've seen. He'll eventually find at least one large secret and have 130 more of the ammo. And we know the runners don't need to buy the blue ring. Aten doesn't need to buy keys, so it's just bomb upgrades, potions, and arrow money at this point, honestly. Maybe bait, but that's so rare.
Don't remind me of the bait block. I've seen a few mean ones in this tournament already.
Well, if it goes from rare to being a well-done bait block, I'll be happy. Just using the retry strats at this point to conserve resources. Probably has only a handful of spots left to kind of look at. Then will be on his way to Death Mountain checks. Big power bracelet here. Question in chat was, where was the White Sword Cave? It's the Lost Hills power bracelet spot, so that's why Aten doesn't have it. I think you'd eventually find it, though. The reason I say that is you'd have to find the wand, and then you'd also have to find your silvers to not want to go back and check smaller dungeons. So while he's not likely to go immediately back to level 3 where he has his Triforce already, I think if he's down items, you're going to stick to small dungeons before 9 at least, and he'd probably go back to 3 before 9.
Interesting development. Agent picking up the potion from Ategen rather than the container heart. And again,
yeah, red ring. red ring, 6 hearts for the red candle. Not much reason really to not take a potion at this point. It just doesn't seem likely that you would want to walk above the waterfall for what's likely to be small percent chance on his part once he goes up there again to get the magic bomb upgrades. Alright, so here's the potential for chessjerk to take the lead. If this one is a big item right away, then he could definitely start speeding things up. Magic Boomerang would have been nice about 20 minutes ago, but not necessarily the best find right now.
Would have probably picked it up, though, I would imagine.
Without the wand, I think it's a reasonable play to pick it up. Even red candle is nice, but you can stun stuff with that and get around pretty easily. Also, I guess the ladder makes it a little less desirable as well, but you can use it to pick things up across blocks or across modes and such, so there's definitely some favorable situations to use it. Personally, I think it's a situation where it's a Guerilla and Lionel dungeon setup that I'd most likely pick up a boomerang of either color.
I was just saying it for the amount of times you've said this was the best item in the game.
Yeah, I'm perfectly happy to meme when it's not a tournament match.
True enough, true enough.
Yeah, I mean, we can go back and look at my tournament matches, and I think I pass it up every time because it's late. If it's early and it's a regular boomerang, I'll pick it up all the same. I feel like that's double hard out of here.
That's correct. That is the second item out of level 1. It is the container heart.
So all in all, level 1 does not have a big item. Your best bet here is just getting enough health to kind of make a magical sword play, which, again, seems kind of unlikely for the runners to go that way. I think Aten's kind of narrowed down the push block here in level 3, so turns out he was not willing to wait it out too much longer to get his item out of here, so may find a red candle in enough time for it to be useful to him.
Well, that does go back to one of the main rules of this game. When you get an item like the power bracelet, you want to make those check as fast as possible in case your opponent doesn't have the item. That strategy is going to pay off for Ategen right now.
Yeah, it's especially helpful that he cleared all of the dead woods and didn't have anything left to do down there, so no choice really but to up A or to find the nearest any road, which is still a little walk away.
chessjerk looking to clear Western Debt Mountain. Doesn't seem to have found anything there quite yet.
Yeah, I do think the odds are fairly high at this point that at least one dungeon's up here. Outside of wherever level 1 was, I think that was kind of on the way.
Level 1 was at Spectacle Rock, if I recall correctly.
So I think we're missing just 5 and 6 at this point.
chessjerk opting to not take the heart there. Consider me a little surprised on that one. Not that I can argue too much. Chessjerk finding level 6 at the Grave Potion Shop, while 8gen just stumbles upon level 1.
Yep, gonna be disappointed in his findings here.
Didn't even give the magical boomerang any more of a look.
Alright, so level 6 was at the bomb spot in the grave. So just 5 outstanding at this point, when we're very close to out of spots, I think.
Level 5 raft required recorder?
Yeah, I don't personally have the attention span to personally track on top of watching the runner, so I'm not 100% certain that it's blocked, but starting to feel like we're about out of spots for 5 to be, so I think that'll incentivize some redigs of maybe level 8 or even level 7 here at some point.
Maybe right, and that makes 2 of us that aren't tracking this race while commentating.
Yeah, have a couple in chat that are keeping track of that, so we'll rely on them for the information. It sounds like we are officially blocked at this point on 5. Have to see if chessjerk wants to clear this room early. I don't think so. And 8gen has gone from 6 to 8 hearts, which tells me that he's going to bomb up and get out of this dungeon now. Also worth noting, Virus are at 4 HP or less, so that's helpful. Gonna try and get a bomb off of this. Phew. These gutsier than I would have been. I would have spent my 1 rupee on the arrow, but we got it.
6 Triforces already for 8gen. It's a sizable lead there.
Yeah, it's a lead. I don't know if it's going to be enough to get a victory or anything secured. I mean, it's still minutes difference, not significant enough for anything wild and crazy, you know.
Well, if chessjerk finds the item from this 4, which is the any key, things might pick up. And just as we were saying earlier, that we might not see a magical sword bomb upgrade play, chessjerk with the minimum hearts required for it.
Would be stunned if he went for it at 10.
Absolutely. I mean, you're looking at a 20% chance for a 2 bomb upgrade. I wouldn't try it.
If you run out of rupees and you've cleared level 9 and had that struggle happen, then maybe you take the trek up there and hope to get a big payoff with more bombs, but again, I think it's kind of overhyped. If it's way out of your way, it's just kind of crazy to go after it.
True enough, true enough. Not too quick for 8gen on that second bomb. Another thing to notice is that we haven't seen the wand just yet.
Yeah, hopefully they have to go into level 9 for that. Alright, let's see if chessjerk can avoid the keys. Looks like it. he'll have the Triforce in here be up to 5 total Triforce pieces, and can easily just clean up 2 while he's here, so he'll be all tied up with 8-gen with just a little bit of 6 knowledge left.
How about that enemy set in 6?
Well, that's actually really crazy, because we saw a couple Lionel dungeons and we saw no Wizrobes, so it led me to believe we'd have the Dark Nut set with Wizrobes and have a real bad Wombo combo, but looks like the runners will luck out a little bit. It's just one of the dungeons has a ton of Lionels and no Wizrobes.
You know, if you ask me, I hate seeing this room because that means I can see this combo in 9.
Meanwhile, here comes the meta play from chessjerk. He knows that 5 is likely blocked and is going to instantly go back to where he already has the Triforce, and finds out that the transport staircase in 7 is a one-off, so there's no point in ever taking it. I don't mind this play. I'm a little surprised it didn't clean up 2 first, but I mean that's something you can do while you're down here still. Probably wondering why 8-gen just bombed that Keese. I think he had his 10 count sent up, so it's stored. Just has to make sure not to take damage before killing something that drops. Well, Triforce in there for chessjerk. You got the compass, but it's not showing up on his map just because of the fact that it's not something that's blinking anymore. I'm kind of curious as to why he's clearing this. It's not going to have the second quest staircase until brackets. Maybe just making sure of it. Or not second quest, excuse me. Replace most open staircases flag. That's the one.
Gotta love getting into those shoot rooms with facing the opposite way there. Drop room, but it isn't.
Well, we may have found our item, or we may find the one-off room. It is the wand in 7, so this is where the race turns now.
Absolutely.
It may take 8-gen a little while still to come check this level 7.
That is an absolutely critical item for chessjerk. We will need to come back to 7. That's got to feel great for chessjerk, though.
Yeah, it's certainly not over. If this level 6 does not pay off, it'll leave 8-gen with 1 item in a 40-room level 8, which he's only seen like 6 rooms or 7 rooms total out of, so it'll be 1 item in 33. And with how big 7 is, you can essentially gamble on, or with how big 8 is, you can gamble 7 will not be as big in this one.
Jerk will join 8-gen in level 6.
Worth noting that the Triforce is up on this top half fairly early on. If chessjerk finds that and leaves, and this is silvers, then it just turns into a race where everybody's got a full clear. Because at this point we know that the item is most likely going to be down here, where 8-gen's at now.
That's a disgusting room.
Yeah, but it's an exit room at least, so you just go by. 8-gen willing this room down to see what the primary enemy is before going up. May continue through the key door since he's got the any key, though he's going to have to be careful. He's going to take some damage in this room and might get sent back to start if he's unlucky. Speaking of step back to start, chessjerk finds the same shoot room troll with the whiz robes and has to go back.
You have been able to just bomb through the whiz roads and get back out the way you came, or do you not want to do that because of the possible bomb cost of doing so?
I think it's just an easy enough path to the staircase, and you kind of run yourself into a dead end, so you have to walk back a handful of rooms as it is. Amazing that Ategen almost didn't get a hard drop out of all of that killing of Lionel, since they drop hard sand bombs fairly regularly. This room he's going to have to kill and check for primary rotation, see if he can get rid of the blue whiz room, because this could very easily be the item. I kind of feel like if you have the room not shutter back up behind you after going through the shutter door, that it's a higher chance that it's a push or at least a drop room. Turns out the blue whiz room is the primary, which will be the case for the other room that he cleared most of them out of. Let's see if this is the push for the item, and it is. Hey, we might have a race still.
It called us.
So now it comes down to whether or not chessjerk goes back down there and digs the silvers. He's dug a lot of this dungeon, so it's plausible that he doesn't. I would also say that Raft or Flute now is 100% an 8, and the other one's going to be a 9. Well, I guess it could be in 5 too, now that I think about it.
You're saying is that the bomb upgrade. Well, actually, wait. It's not confirmed in either 5 or 8.
No, we don't know 100% what the item in 5 will be, so we're not going to be able to get an early look at our 9 items unless we find the item in 5 before the Triforce. So here's the Triforce in 6. We're going to have to see how many rooms are left in the 6. If it were me and how much of it chessjerk has seen, I would probably be in clearing it. But you're against Ategen and you might be on limited time, so that's also a potential thought. It looks like he's going to clear it.
47 minutes in, 6 Triforces on the board, with that few items left, that few rooms rather left to look in here. Interesting. Ategen completely skipped that pickup.
Yeah, as Vincent just noted in chat, it's what's probably saving this decision for chessjerk is the fact that he knows that 5 is blocked on his map of the overworld at this point. So if you skip this and it's your overworld blocking item to progress in the seed, then you're going to have to come back here later and it's going to feel bad, so you might as well just tackle it now. If you knew where all the dungeons were, this might have been a situation where we saw him just go ahead and skip out on what's going to be the silvers. When he bombs this spot, he should know that he's got no real way around this unless he goes to the left and opens up for him, which it should. But what was in the way that made Ategen turn around? Oh, it's just a block off. That's nice game.
And does have jokes as Ategen is making the play to dig 7?
Yeah, so this again goes back to room counting 8 and knowing that you're at 33 rooms for your last item there. So he knew that because you had a 40 room 8, 7 had to be fairly small, and while it's not super small, I do count roughly
30.
30 rooms, so it's 30 and 40 be 70, which leaves you probably around 50 rooms that are going to be a 9, given staircases are set up like that. No, actually, it's going to be even lower than 50, most likely.
D8 possible.
Yeah, but there's some logic with where it places staircase item rooms and such, so you shouldn't see near the max there. You should see somewhere below.
So quite true, quite true. I'm going to say 48 and be done with it.
Yeah, 48's a reasonable guesstimate for it, but we'll find out pretty soon here. It's only going to take Ategen a little bit longer to get his wand. chessjerk, meanwhile, is going to get his silvers out of here and then be on his way to 8, I think. So I think, by virtue of just where the runners are at right now, as long as chessjerk doesn't die before he gets his silvers out of here, he's going to have a small lead going.
Well, you're not. You're right. Minus the 8 rooms for staircases. It is a max of 50.
Yeah, I think you can place them in some other dungeon setups, but it's just a situation where I kind of include them in my thought process. So we gotta be careful here. You got a potion, use your potion. Or does he have a potion? No, that's 8gen. Still gotta be real careful.
CJ's got one as well?
Oh, did he go against his gotta have heart?
He did, actually. Come on,
right, well,
there it is. You just saw it flash by on his B item screen. There's the silvers. You can breathe easy, chessjerk. You've got a big one, and so does 8gen. There's the 1 and 7.
Yep. So the only difference between the runners now is chessjerk will have to eventually go back to 2 and finish that off. It should be a quick finish off, though. He should be quicker into 8, though. I believe he's a lot closer to it. On a side note, I think there's an any road that takes you not too far away. And 8gen may have passed that up by accident. Well, in any event, still a very close race, almost certainly coming down to level 9. Yeah, the world wrap, I think, was a little bit slower, but he's still going to get there before chessjerk, because chessjerk was not as close to the end road as I thought he was in Death Mountain. Yep, this is going to be a recorder or raft for sure as the second item in here. It's going to take a little while probably to find it.
Quick divergence and path taken, though.
Not really. They're pretty much on it. We'll just see who ends up finding it first. If you're rooting for a very, very close 9, it would be better for CJ to find it about a minute or a minute and a half ahead. Especially if it's recorder. Recorder's bigger because it gets you overall transportation. Yeah, these two are literally room for room at this point. There's the Triforce we don't really want. Here's the first divergence you were looking for, though.
I was about to get excited, saying this would be where the push room would be, but it is not.
Nope, no push room required, it appears. CJ's gonna find it first. Alright, it's not the overworld movement item, it's the raft, but he's got a spot really close to 8, so he's probably going to walk there. And then up in A, I would think, would be the next play to get closer to vanilla level 4.
Important items can be in 9, right?
Yep, so we're not guaranteed the flute in 5. And we're guaranteed vanilla 4. And there's the paper for a potion. Thanks, game.
Wow, that's... What a spot for it.
Yeah, not particularly useful given both runners have a potion, but still a bit trolly. So will this 8 open up enough for Ategen to kind of work his way back towards the raft soon enough to kind of make it an even 9? That's the next question.
Looks like the transport may have been required.
Yeah, don't know if he can bomb right in this room or not, but he'll eventually make his way back up there.
Let's see that map for level 5 then.
Small.
Game.
Yeah, it looks like Agen's going to be forced all the way back up towards the room with transport in it. And I think he'll just go ahead and take it at that point. Unless you can go right in this room, perhaps.
I was just about to get to this. For chessjerk, you just found a Triforce in 5. Do you even try to dig the item? I would say probably not at this point.
Absolutely not. Unless you don't have a confirmed compass in 2. As I think Ategen is 1 room away now from finding his raft, so this is gonna be fun. If he goes up first. He's on the north side of the room, so there's a good chance of it. Yeah, so this is a race. Absolute 100% race. Well, level 9 doesn't have Dig Doggers, so that's the reason why you're gambling on no Dig Dogger block. You're just hoping the 1 room here and 2 that has a Dig Dogger, I think there was 1. You're gambling on that room not being your exact item needed, which is the Triforce.
It does have the Triforce in 2, however, so we know it isn't.
Correct. We know it's not, but chessjerk is gambling that it's not. Otherwise, he has to turn back around and go to the vanilla 4 location, which isn't that long a walk from level 2 in this case.
Which
But
was
yeah,
the Triforce room?
Yeah, it's the flags have made it so Patras are the only boss you can have in 9. That's why they don't have to gamble too hard on 9 having no Dig Dogger blocks in this one. chessjerk is 3 rooms away now from finding his Triforce. Ategen is also, I think, 3 rooms away from finding his Triforce. Once he gets in there, he'll have 2. So chessjerk is going to have the smallest of leads into 9, maybe?
Both of our runners with 10 hearts. The exact same item loadout, in fact. Let's see the gap between level 9 entrances.
Yeah, it won't be much, unless HN gets past the Triforce somehow. Which I think he might already be past the Triforce a little bit.
He is.
Was it the single Dodongo room? Or what was it?
I think it might have been the Red Darkness in the opening room, even.
No,
right,
no.
that room. It was the single Dodongo, you're right.
Yeah, so it's going to take a compass find for him. He can't get the bomb upgrade.
chessjerk first into level 9 is...
Ah, there's the Magical 2D flute. No thanks, game.
43 room level 9.
Oh man, so the single Dodongo is going to be the difference in 9 entry alone. You're rooting for HN to find the compass to make this a really great race.
So if this keeps up, Ategen might find the item in level 5, which is either the White Sword Bomb upgrade, which feels bad to find, or the Wooden Boomerang, which probably would have him say words that we can't exactly repeat here on SpeedGaming.
I don't think he wants to find anything. He may not even push. He's just going to keep walking. He's just literally just wants his Triforce out of here. And it looks like the compass is going to be rather deep. It'd be really punishing if that was the room right there with that other Dodongo in it. Patrick guarding Zelda's room, pretty cute. Well, by virtue of just running out of rooms here, Agent's going to circle around to the single Dodongo shortly. Bait completely unrequired.
Unfortunate.
Here's Ganon's roar. And we're going to get the Ganon fight right here for chessjerk.
1 hour, 1 minute, and 5 seconds. And wouldn't it be something if Zelda was right here as well?
Looks like Gagen's down to a couple rooms here at the start now. This should be the other old man. Yep. So now he knows he has to bomb single Dodongos that he refused to bomb. Because one had the compass and the other one had the Triforce.
All chessjerk needs right now is to find that that single shutter room where the shutter is going to open up right on its own immediately.
It's still a game because smaller 9s tend to lead to some segmented 9s, so there's a chance that the dungeon won't open up with bomb walls as often. HN's still fairly close to level 9 as well. Looks like HN got both the 6 and the 8 one. And mismarked it by just a single overworld spot. So, if it's walkable, I don't remember exactly the path here. If you go through this room to the right, then you hear Ganon's roar. If you go left, you don't hear it. So he's going to miss Ganon's roar barely.
Sort of alarm here for chessjerk. He's down to a single bomb.
Yeah, it's a small concern, but I think transports are going to be a little bit more prominent at this point. You can bomb left here, you can't go down really, so there you go. Now you're out of places to go up in that corner, and you're back in the transport scenario. HN has to go right here to get to Ganon. Not going to do it. Needs to get down and to the right. He's going to go through the key door most likely. It's the logical play to make. Walled off by an old man. If it doesn't bomb left or right, you can continue onwards, down towards Ganon. But it does bomb to the right. Key door down here is going to point him back in the right direction again. So Ganon's in sight now for HN. He'll hear the roar here, I'm pretty sure. So he'll have to go down since he knows where he's at. Then to the left. So not over.
We've got a heck of a finish here.
I feel like I would go down here if I'm HN after this and try and go to the right a little bit. I don't know where chessjerk hasn't checked yet. I feel like he's got to be close to out of rooms though. Feels like maybe either a bomb wall on the left side of the dungeon or magical staircase over there, or maybe in the bottom right, as I don't think he's seen all those rooms.
I don't think he's seen the room that are right here either.
We know this room isn't it, because we've seen all around this. Let's see where HN decides to go next here.
It's a race to find a kidnap at this point. Both of our racers having killed Ganon. This isn't quite it.
Gonna try and bomb down here in the corner, which we can't do. You can potentially get to that corner from the start of the dungeon. So he just didn't want to waste his bomb down in the room up and to the right of the old man.
High five for both racers in this room. chessjerk gonna keep digging though.
I think chessjerk may have already been up here, or just didn't want to clear the dark nuts. Alright, if you're HN, you've got to take the staircase now, which is what he's going to do. And this is where you kind of get into a situation. Oh, Zelda's location seems pretty obvious now. It may be down that corner. That's the one-off room. Does the wand do melee damage in vanilla Z1? Yes. It always does white sword damage in the vanilla game as well. The only thing programmed into the randomizer for sake of swordless is it does damage to Ganon. So we used to play it with just a wood sword being in the corner of the old man room of 9. We've since done away with that and replaced it with wand doing damage since Fred programmed that in.
I was thinking that door was the kidnapped. Not quite.
Yeah, it's tough to say. I still think this is transport staircase territory to find Zelda in this scene.
I think you're right.
It seems very likely she's in the southeast through a magic staircase. So I feel like we've seen everywhere else at this point.
I was wondering when chessjerk would decide to take that potion.
Looks like 8gen is going to go ahead and start taking transports, so who's going to find it first? 8gen will, it looks like. This may be it. Let's see, maybe chessjerk has been down here? I don't remember seeing him down here. Nope, this is not it unless you can bomb left in this room. You certainly got to try and bomb left in this room, 8gen.
What a disgusting little room there for chessjerk.
Oh, this is madness here. Jen's gonna not even bomb to the left in that room. That room's her. Almost certainly. Isn't it? Oh man, you've got... I feel like there's 2 rooms to the left of where HN was in that reverse C. And he didn't try bombing left there. Because he's going to try bombing down here if he hasn't already. And it won't work. The other location that maybe hasn't been seen is all the way in the northeast.
There was a transport staircase that headed pretty much exactly there, Fury. Our runners have been there, I believe.
Yeah, well, this is a situation now where chessjerk may bomb down here, and if he does, we'll find the answer. Yeah, it's 100% she's down here, so it's either bomb up here or bomb left in the reverse C, and it's GG. Yeah, it's GG here for chessjerk.
That'll do it. Get your GGs out in chat for our winner here tonight. chessjerk with a racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 18 seconds. chessjerk will improve to 2-1. Ategen with a Rosen Natal for this one. They will go down to 1-2.
And we're joined by chessjerk. GG's.
Thank you very much. How you doing tonight?
GG chessjerk, doing quite well. How about yourself?
Well, I hope everyone enjoyed the Grand Tour Level 9. I have, I think, 2 unvisited rooms, thereabouts, so...
Yep. It all came down to HN finding that staircase to Zelda first and not bombing with the couple of bombs he had left, and you decided to bomb up there because you were out of rooms at that point.
Oh, jeez, okay.
He was in 9. He got trolled by the single Dodongo room in 5. It was going to be basically neck and neck within maybe 30 seconds into 9 before that hit him.
Oh, wow.
And that put him 3 or 4 minutes behind because the compass was behind the other single Dodongo in 5 by process of elimination.
I definitely felt good about that. Luckily I had filled up my bombs ahead of time, and I figured I could spend 2 on the off chance the Trot Force was there, and it was there, so... But hey,
Yeah.
you can't disagree with ladder within 45 seconds and then red ring within 3 minutes or whatever it was. So, I mean,
Yeah.
easy mode after that.
Yeah, there's some significant divergences after that sequence. I think HN found wood arrows and enough money to buy them a good 10-15 minutes in front of you, so had level 2 cleared in the first go-round, had some other places cleared out a little bit ahead of you, but you managed to find the power bracelet in the meantime, which led you to the red candle, so you found another way to get repeatable offense going. And then one of you found the wand as the other was finding silvers in 2 rather large dungeons, so it became a question of whether one of you was going to dig 9. Thankfully, I think for both of you, level 5 being blocked made it so we both wanted to dig the other dungeons that were outstanding to find the recorder or the raft to get your level 5, so ended up pushing both of you into wand and silvers respectively.
Yeah, I'd say that's accurate. I definitely confirmed that 5 was either recorder or raft blocked by checking every other spot and not finding... I knew I was in trouble when I think I had 5 spots left and hadn't found 5 or 6. So I thought, one of them has got to be blocked. I just hope both of them aren't blocked, and luckily only one was blocked.
Yep, and then again, 9, I think you had 4-minute lead in there, probably 4-minute lead to Ganon, and would guess if he had finished it out, it would have been a 4-minute lead into the finish line as well, just because he had not a ton of rooms left to check, but probably an additional 10 or so rooms, and he was looking for a staircase, I think, to get him right into that 2-room spot where the Chevy room was to get to Zelda.
Yeah. I think if Zelda hadn't been there, I would have been in trouble because I don't think any other rooms I have left are eligible for her because they all have doorways.
Yeah.
So luckily, that was it.
So that puts you into the 2-on-1 group, where I'm sure you'll have another fun matchup next week.
It's all I'm known for.
It sends HN down into the 1 and 2, which is equally fun still. A lot of really good runners have run into buzzsaws like chessjerk and found themselves in 1 and 2, so should be more fun matchups coming up here. Tomorrow night, I guess we'll do the whole wheel thing again and see what happens there.
And before I draw Psytown, calling it now.
That would be very unlucky because you would also require the roll down to hit.
That's the pair up, pair down. Yeah, hey, it can happen.
Yeah, it can happen. I'm not sure. There's not a whole lot else really to talk about. I mean, you guys basically saw the entirety of the seed, so we had everything narrowed down, but the bomb upgrade and the regular boomerang being in 5 and 9. So
yep, that's all I have left. And finding a regular bomb upgrade would have been nice. Had so much money the entire seed, and having so many arrows to work with was nice. But I definitely would have paid some money for a bomb upgrade.
One of them was in level 5 at the top of that dungeon, and it was over 100 rupees when HN had 40 something, so he was nowhere near it.
Gotcha. But when you find a third room Triforce, you won't find that.
Yeah. And the second bomb upgrade, I'm not sure that we saw. I would kind of lean my guesses towards level 7 because we missed some rooms there still.
Yeah, I got some space in 7 and 8, and 1 and 3 also.
So HN saw almost all of 8, so it's
okay.
Less likely there than 7, I think. But
I definitely felt lucky with my raft dig. I'm probably sure I had at least 15 rooms left when I found the raft, so it could have been much worse.
Yeah, you had a 30-second deficit going into 8 and turned it into about a 2-minute lead exiting 8.
Nice.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty much it. And I'll, as always, thank you for comms and tracking and everything else in Speedgaming, and GG to HN. Always a pleasure to fight. I think we've faced each other a number of times in battle royales and tournaments. I think my record is something like 2-3 or 2-4 against him. I don't know. We've faced each other quite a few times, and I'm sure it won't be the last. So.
Yeah, I think both of you have kind of been around the scene since 2016, 2017, when the races started going up onto YouTube and on the SpeedGaming shortly thereafter.
Yeah, 2017 for me. I definitely remember I was a spectator for the very first tournament, and after that, 2017 was when I started.
Yeah, so you either started in the random percent
craziness? Rando percent was my first tournament, and I'll never forget Unos was my first competitor, and the rando percent seed we drew was Vanilla First Quest 1 with 0 HP everything, and Ganon not required. He almost sub-30'd.
Yeah, it's a typical story of us runners when we first started. Yep. I think my first race was then JSR2 gamers, and despite giving up a bomb to a mugger in a dungeon when he could just bomb left, he still beat me by 20 something. So,
I think I sub-40'd that seed, and I thought, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah. So lots of stories of veterans beating up on us.
So many stories. That's for another time, though.
Yeah.
But
the big story now is the match to finish off week 3 is tomorrow at 3 p.m. Channel to be determined. If someone wants to join in with the commentary scene or tracking scene, always can sign up on our Discord. We're currently looking to fill that matchup so we can get it on the air. So after that, we'll have Wheel Hype.
Wheel of Doom!
Every time I see the wheel come out, I just think of the old, I'm a 90s kid, so Animaniacs with the Wheel of Morality.
Yeah. I remember watching a lot of Wheel of Fortune back in the day, so that's my first thought when I see that.
I don't know. It's a fan favorite, though. Wheel comes out tomorrow night, hopefully at about 8:30, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. With the question in chat, what's the wheel? It's what we use to determine the pairings for the Swiss rounds. It'll be used up until the start of week 5, and then we end up in brackets from there on, so to go away to be brought out and rescued again, probably in the spring or something. Yeah.
I look forward to it. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Yep. Looking forward to it as well. Moonrison, we got a great race here, even though the Dodongo Troll kind of slowed down. HN made it a little small gap into 9. They both were in there with Ganon down looking for Zelda, so it could have gone either way still.
So we had week 9 was the great equalizer again, and this race really came down to the final minutes. Not a great race, but it's about time we wrap things up here tonight. So I want to thank Dark Falls for doing a great job on tracking for us. Fury SK, always a pleasure to be able to commentate with you. So thank you for that. Thank you to the SpeedGaming community for allowing us to restream this, and also thank you to all the viewers really, for allowing us we wouldn't be able to do this without y'all. So that is it for me. Fury, anything else?
If you're on the SpeedGaming Family Network's probably going to get rated into the primary channel. I think it's New Super Mario Bros. Wii Summer Tournament going on there. They got something going on now, and then a couple of them are crazy and are going to get up at 3 in the morning, or maybe it's the European players on that side of things getting up and playing that matchup. So a couple things left on SpeedGaming tonight. We'll be back hopefully tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Time, with another Zelda 1 Randomizer All Boards No Swords matchup between King Doll and Sharky. So hope to see you then.
With that, for Dark Falls, Fury SK, SpeedGaming community, and all of us at Z1R community, I am Moonrith and Phoenix, and this is good night, everybody. Take care of yourselves.